Multiply your life. I want to multiply your money, and I want to multiply your business. I hope you're doing great. I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee at the Temporary Greatness Factory as we're building out a greatness factory in downtown Nashville. As I work through that, man, I'm excited about being with you today because I got a great topic for you, and it's really kind of the prelude to a course I'm going to be doing in July called Are You Battle Tested? Right? Like I'm constantly looking for something. I'm constantly looking for someone to partner with. I'm constantly looking for something that can really change a person's life. And a couple years ago, I came across a guy named Dr. Kevin Elko. Dr. Kevin Elko is Nick Saban's team psychologist. 30 national championship rings. And he's a performance coach. He's a psychology coach. And I'm thinking, man, if he's good enough for Saban, he's good enough for you. He's good enough for me, right? And so I had this idea. I don't know where I was at some point, but I had this idea. And I said, man, I want to do a series called Battle Tested. Because if you said to me, Greg Kimball, and if you said to me, what's the number one thing people struggle with? Man, they're not tough enough. They don't know how to go the distance. They don't know how to stay in the game. They don't know how to follow up appropriately. They don't know how to take a sucker punch, man. They don't have the toughness that it takes to produce and perform at a very high level. So today on Super Coach Ryan Lodi, Greg Kimball, what I'm going to teach you folks are the characteristics and habits of how to be battle tested. I'm Coach Michael Burt. You're watching Super Coach.
Everybody needs a coach in life. Coaching businesses and entrepreneurs like you to spike an additional 40% to your bottom line. Michael Burt is a multi-championship coach, best-selling author, trainer, motivator, and all-around super coach. Now, from the Greatness Factory Studios, this is Super Coach.
We try to do three things, folks. Multiply your life, multiply your money, multiply your business. I believe everybody needs a good coach in life. I believe a good coach can change your whole life. Just got back from the Dominican Republic. Thank you to Power Producers in Paradise. Down in the Dominican for 4 days, my wife Natalie and I had a blast coaching Roger Short. His group, Cody Askins, was down there. I'm back in the office today with my team. I've been meeting with them. I've been doing coaching sessions with the Navy SEAL group. And you hear me say a lot, man, I'm not looking for baby SEALs. I'm looking for Navy SEALs. And what I'm really saying is I'm looking for people who have been through life. They have a mindset. They have a toughness. They have a grit. They have an emotional bounce back. You see, what I'm really looking for when I'm looking for this is I'm looking for all the people who have a desire to fight through their short-term insecurities. I'm looking for people who have an ability to have self-discipline, the ability to subordinate what I want now for what I want eventually. I'm looking for people who want to go the distance. Okay? So when you're thinking about this, and I'm seeing all the people that are out there, Daniel Hodges, Eric White's out here with us, Joshua, good to see you. Sherry Patrick, man, let me ask you a question, man. Are you battle tested? Now, I'm going to take you back to where this concept happened for me originally. I was at Riverdale High School. I was getting to the same point every single year. I was winning 20 to 25 games. I was getting to the same point every year. I was getting beat by the same person. I would go home. I would get mad. I would blame everybody else. I'd say if I had better players, if I had better facilities, like all the things that people use, all the excuses people use, right? It's always somebody else's fault, never your fault. And I finally reached a point of frustration where I said, man, I'm going to find someone who can help me. This is a very critical point for people. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to find somebody who can help me get to the next level. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You're at that point. Maybe you're at that point right now. You're tired. You're frustrated. You keep hitting the same level over and over and over. You can't figure out how to get to another frequency. You keep making the same amount of money. You can't figure out what it is. And that's where I was, right? And I was frustrated. So I sit down and I reached out to 6 coaches that had won a championship. If you're watching me on Instagram, this is what you should be doing right now. There's somebody out there doing exactly what you want to do. They know exactly how to do it. They know the toughness it takes, the volume it takes, okay? And you don't know, because if you did know, you'd already be doing it. And so I reached out to 6 coaches and I said, man, can you help me break through this ceiling of complexity, this ceiling that I can't break through, right? And the first coach sits down, got him Rick Insell. Rick Insell's the head coach at MTSU. And basically, I said, man, he said, what do you want to do? Which is a key question you need to be asking other people. Like, what are you trying to do? I said, simple, I'm trying to win a championship. And he looked me dead in the eye and said, nope, you don't want to win a championship. You're not serious about winning. Like, I see people say, well, I want to make more money. I'm like, you don't want to make more money. I'm watching your effort. I'm watching how hard you push. I'm observing your behavior. What you're telling me and what your actions are 2 totally separate things. You don't want to play at the highest level. Okay? Like Elko telling a person, you don't really want to win a championship. You don't really want to earn more income. You don't really want to go pro. You don't really want to do this. Like, you're telling me you want to do this, but your actions are actually telling me something else, which is what I see all day, every day with people out in the world. I want to play at a higher level, but I'm not willing to give up something to get something. So Insell is coaching me here, and he's like, look, man, you don't want to go to the next level. I'm like, yes, I do. No, you don't. And he said, here's the number one problem with your team. Your team is not battle tested. And I said, what do you mean? He said, you play weak teams, you beat those teams, you live in a false positive, your players think they're better than they are, and so when they get in tough situations, man, you get beat. They're not battle tested. And I've never forgotten that word. They're not battle tested. A lot of the people I coach have an idea of where they want to get to, but they don't have the grit and the toughness to get there. And when you say, what does it mean, grit and toughness? I want to put these into 2 categories, because I was just coaching a couple, and I said, look, there's short-term goals. We got to make the trains run today. We got to meet payroll. We got to sell something. We got to pick up the phone. We got to follow up and make a sale. We got to sell a product or service. That's a short-term goal for today. Man, I got a number I'm trying to hit every single day. Then we've got dreams, goals, ambitions. These are long-term goals that are going to take time, energy, maneuvering, relationship, networks. And what you're trying to do is man, it's going to take toughness. It may take 10 years. It may take 15 years to hit this dream. It may take 10 years to get to a higher frequency. And so I'm sitting there thinking, a lot of people, man, are not battle tested. It gets tough and they give up. They go a period of time and they want to quit. They don't have the toughness to get to a higher level. Now, I want you to hear what I'm about to tell you. To get a new result, you need a new preparation. You cannot get a new result with an old way of thinking. You cannot get a new result with an old operating system. You cannot get a new result with an old mindset. You cannot get a new result doing this. To get some kind of new result in your life, you need a new preparation, a new training regimen, a new structure, mental and physical structure, a new mindset, a new skill set, a new relationship, right? Like, we're trying to sign this person on that's telling me he's doing $3 or $4 million of mortgage business, and he's telling me he wants to do $6 million. And I'm telling him that, no, you're not serious about this, because if you were serious about it, you would take action on the contract I sent you. You'd move forward, because I know how to get a person from $3 million to $6 million. See, there's certain indicators in life, folks, where you are indicating to the marketplace with your actions that you're just not tough enough to go to the next level. You go to a person that's doing it, say, how should I do it? They tell you, but you won't do it. You start saying, well, it'll work for you, but it won't work for me. Well, it'll work for them, but it won't work for me. Well, it work for other people, but it won't work for me. Battle testing is the ability to go out into the arena every single day and do it. Not talk about doing it, not dream about doing it, not write it up on your vision board and do it. I'm talking about the people that have the guts to actually do it, to take an action. Battle tested is the ability to absorb blows. Okay? Ability to absorb blows. And when I was thinking about all of the blows that I've absorbed in my career, from the time I started at Riverdale, man, it was resistance. First article ever written about me was a negative article. Why they hired this guy? Why is he so young? First 3 years of me being a head coach were miserable. The parents were miserable to me, mean to me. Tried every way in the world to get me fired. You know, everything they could do because their kid didn't get to play as much as somebody else's kid, right? Like what that did. I remember a time in my life that my boss would come down literally to my office almost every day of the week and say, "You ain't gonna believe what people are doing today. You ain't gonna believe what these people have come up with today." They tried to say I stole all the money from the Booster Club, which wasn't true. Then they tried to say that I worked the players too hard. Then they tried to say this. Man, it's all baloney. It's all low-level people looking to blame somebody else for their lot in life. And this is what people do every single day. So battle tested, that when I look back on it, I think, man, that was good for me. From 20 to 30, the long nights, the staying up late, the sleeping in the office, the coming in early, the getting in the arena with the best people in the world. What it was really doing, man, is it was battle testing me. And then I think about when I left coaching, or maybe when I was still coaching, I went on the road for a seminar company. They paid me $250 a day with a $40 per diem to eat on. It's $290 for the day. And I would literally go into cities where I didn't know one single person. And I would speak for 8 hours to complete strangers on some subject they gave me. It wasn't even my material. I had to sell somebody else's book. I did 60 of those in 2 years in crappy hotels around the country. I remember being at a Best Western, and they did the training. Literally, they did the training in the break room where the snack machines were. Had a rip down the middle of the screen. You know what? That was good for me because it was battle testing me. So how do people talk to themselves? This is really what we're going to be covering in the month of July with me and Dr. Kevin Elko, 30-time champion. What do you say to yourself when people are negative towards you? What do you say to yourself when you don't get the results that you want? What do you say when you drop the football in the game? Because that's what he's teaching those players at the University of Alabama. What's the self-talk in the locker room? How do you communicate with each other? How do you handle conflict? How do you handle internal conflict? How do you battle test yourself? Okay? And so today's show, man, what I'm doing is I'm kind of giving you what I'm giving you. See, battle testing this right here, Jack, because it fell off on me. What I'm giving you, folks, is I'm giving you the behind the scenes of how it really takes, man, because I see people every single day I'm coaching, and they're like, man, what do I do? Like, man, you don't need more money, you need more people. Just get out in front of people and follow up with those people like crazy. Some of them are going to tell you no. 6 or 7 of the 10 are going to tell you no. Maybe even 8 of the 10. All you need is one right relationship, folks. So when we come back from the break, I'm going to talk about what does battle testing mean to me today. As a person running a company, as a person coaching people, as a person traveling around the world, what does battle testing mean today? And if you're out there and you're going, man, he's talking to me. Like, I need to get tougher mentally. I need to be able to show up and grow up and deliver. I need to be able to get this across the finish line. I need to be able to follow up 7 to 15 touches. Then you're going to want to hear what I talk about when I come back. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Today we're talking battle tested, getting ready for my big 4-week series with Dr. Kevin Elko, 30-time national championship coach, Nick Saban's personal coach. Folks, if he's good enough for Saban, he's good enough for you, for the love of God. Okay, it's $97. Jump on and let's do something together, man. Let's quit playing around and talking about it. I'm going to come back and talk about taking an idea all the way through to its execution when we come back from the break. I got my VIP band on. We sold X number of tickets. We're selling a lot of tickets this Monster Nation Conference in Nashville, Tennessee. This thing is going to be hot. My good buddy Brad Lee is going to be speaking. Chuck McDowell, Doug Wood, Tia Wood, Brad Parnell, Jeannie Rocket. Listen, Cody Askins, 8% Nation. Folks, if you haven't got your ticket, what are you doing? Because one of my 5 things I'm going to talk about today is how to get in the room. Connections and exposure. That's how you get rich, folks. You get around people who's got money. And then you follow up with those people and solve a problem for them. Welcome back to Super Coach. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Thank you for following me on Instagram, guys. Thank you for following me here if you're here. If you hadn't got your tickets to the Monster Nation Conference, what are you waiting on, man? Star-studded event. I got Brad Lee coming, Chuck McDowell, Doug Wood, Tia Wood. I got some more speakers I'm going to be announcing. Cody Askins. Folks, I got some big-time people that are going to be there. Okay? So if you haven't got your tickets yet, I got a VIP ticket, $2,500. That's going to get you one extra day with me at the Lodge, private concert with Ashley McBride that Thursday night. I've got Friday night, women's night. We're going to be releasing that pretty soon. My wife's going to be doing a women's night on Friday night for all the women after the conference. All day Saturday, plus a VIP event on Saturday nights. First conference I've ever had. Man, here's the deal. I wanted to have a conference for years, man. Battle tested is the guts to do it. How do you take an idea and see it through to its conclusion? Now, here's what happens when you have an idea. Your own brain talks you out of the idea. Here's what your brain tells you. Take too long. It'll be too hard. It'll cost too much. All that's true, by the way. Every big goal I've ever had took longer than I anticipated, cost more than I thought it would. Okay? Was harder than I thought it would. Okay? Thank you, Ryan. Look forward to seeing you at the VIP at the Monster Nation Conference. Folks, every single thing I've ever done in my life. I thought I was going to build a championship program in 5 years. It took me 10. Thought I was going to build a multi-million-dollar business in 10 years, right? And 5 years took me 10. Thought I was going to start opening greatness factories in 2018. Invested $100,000 for the plans for one. Just now, in the next 9 to 12 months, going to be opening my first one in Nashville. We got one opening up in Houston coming up in the next few weeks, one in Sacramento, hopefully. Talking to my friends in Dubai for potentially having one there. Folks, I had the vision in 2017. How many of you have had a vision for something, met some resistance, and completely given up on it? Maybe today is about reopening your dreamer. Maybe it's about recommitting to your future. Maybe it's about recommitting to your dream. Maybe it's about saying, dadgummit, I'm going to see this through to its conclusion. There's a big difference in my mind between inspiration and motivation. Inspiration is where an idea has a hold of you, and it tries to take you to a place that you're trying to get to. Motivation is where you have a hold of the idea, like a dog on a bone, and you're going to see that idea through to its conclusion. Okay? And for you that are out there, man, what's going to happen along the way, man, is you're going to have resistance. I opened a greatness factory in Nashville, right? Opened a greatness factory in Nashville. Had one event. They didn't like it. Kicked me out of the whole building, Jack. I bought $250,000 of furniture that's sitting in storage right now waiting for me. Now I had to go back to the place that I originally was going to do. I got to put the financing together. I got to buy the building, right? I got to take the furniture out of storage, and I got to build the greatness factory. You think I woke up expecting them to kick me out of the building because I had an event? Of course not, man. Battle testing is this concept of, man, you start moving down the road and something comes along and boom, sucker punches you. And you're not expecting it. And you never woke up thinking about it. And you didn't know that person was going to go crazy. And that person was going to screw you over really good. And that person that you thought you really trusted, you can't really trust. Like, you don't know any of these things, man. But the battle testing is, man, you keep pumping it out to the point, man, that there's so much volume. There's so much energy towards something that it really can't be stopped, man. It's like a locomotive that's going and pushing, okay, and getting across the finish line. So, about 2 months ago, I said, man, this is what people are needing, man. What they really are needing is they're needing the mindset, the tactic. What do we tell ourselves? How do we get back up over and over again? How do you fight through the adversity? How do you use the adversity to accelerate progress? How do you play at a high level? How do you keep going when other people don't think you can do it? And so I called Dr. Elko and I said, man, I want to do 4 weeks with you. And let's do 4 weeks in the month of July. Let's do 4 coaching sessions, 2 with you, 2 with me, on one thing, man, mindset. This is the part that people miss, man. They're missing the mindset. They're missing the mindset and expectation of toughness. Okay? And toughness is the ability to continue to see something through to its logical conclusion. To take an idea, you're at A right now. A is your current position. You are moving toward B. Battle tested is, man, it don't matter what you bring up, man. I keep fighting through it. It don't matter how many obstacles you throw at me. I keep fighting through it, man. I just keep moving and moving and moving. Now, question becomes, why would a person do that? When it comes to me and my greatness factories, I'm committed. I've made a commitment. This is my legacy. I'm not stopping until I have these things all over the world, man. Vanderbilt had Vanderbilt University, JP Morgan. I look at the things that big people are doing, and I go, you know what? I'm tired of playing small ball. I'm tired of just being a good coach. I want a legacy. I want something that'll live longer than me. Now, will it cost a lot of money? Of course it will. Will it take a lot of time? Of course it will. Will it be harder than I thought? Of course it will. Will it take time to build? Yes. Will there be adversity along the way? Man, you better believe it. But anything in your life worth having that you're proud of is because you put your head down and you work toward a conclusion. Too many people out there watching this or listening to this on Spotify or any of the podcasts, man, you've given up on your dreams. It got hard and you gave up. You couldn't find the money and you gave up. You had somebody screw you over and you gave up, right? Instead of using that as fuel, I talk a lot about this in my new book, Flip the Switch, is coming out next year that I just turned into the publisher, man. This is fuel. Fuel is all it is, man. So when it comes to battle testing, I want to challenge you today. Do you think mentally, emotionally, spiritually that you're tough enough to get up and just keep fighting a good fight? Do you think you can see something through to its logical conclusion? Do you have the tricks and the mindset and the tactics and the strategies you need to just keep banging it out, man? To follow up over and over and over, to see it through to its logical conclusion. So if you're out there and you're thinking, man, for $97 I could be coached by Coach Burt and Dr. Kevin Elko, you would be right. Because he's going to teach you the same thing he's teaching those players at the University of Alabama. I'm going to teach you the same type of tactics and strategies that I use every single day to take an idea and see it through to its conclusion. When I coach people, this is what I listen to. Man, why aren't they tough enough? Why can't they see it through? Why don't they take it serious? Why don't they follow up? One reason, man, they don't have the mindset and the toughness to do it. They don't know how to play the game. Follow up alone is about mental toughness. Prospecting every day, mental toughness. Ability to jam an idea through till it's done, mental toughness. Ability to network and find the right people who can help you. It's all mental toughness, man. It all comes down to one thing. So let me close with this. 4 weeks in July, me and Kevin Elko, it's $97. We'll post the link. Eric White's post the link in there. If you're interested in it, it's every Wednesday night in July, 7 p.m. You're going to get 2 sessions with Dr. Elko, 2 sessions with me. We're going to send you the replays, right? I expect at least 500 people to be on this because get your kids on it, get your cousins on it, get your grandkids on it, get anybody on it that you think needs to be mentally tougher. Like, I meet people all the time, and I'm like, no, man. I listen to their language, and you got one or two problems. Either you don't have the toughness or you don't have the know-how. One's a skill problem, one's a toughness problem. You solve both of those problems, you can get almost anything done in the world, folks. Some people I go, don't have the toughness, don't have the know-how. Have the toughness, don't have the know-how. Have the know-how, but don't have the toughness. I used to say this, I'd take an A in mindset and a B in talent any day over a B in mindset and an A in talent. Any day of the week, folks. So part of my job as a coach is keeping you in a forward posture, activating and reactivating that prey drive, and helping you, right, fight through this to that battle-tested point. So every single week I try to do the show if I'm in town. Last week I was in Dominican Republic. I'm going to be out traveling around the world. I'm going to be in Houston coming up in the next few weeks, opening up a greatness factory there. Hopefully we're working on one in Sacramento. I'm going to be traveling to different parts of the country. I don't even know everywhere. I'm going to be in Sioux Falls coming up, which is somewhere I don't think I've ever been, doing a big event. I've got boot camps this week at Flip the Switch on activation of prey drive. I got the Michael Burt School of Speaking. We signed 2 people up today for that, maybe 3 coming up. I got Person of Interest in July. Folks, attach yourself to me and what we're doing. We're going to go all the way. We're going to get to a higher frequency. We're going to take it to the next level, man. Just like these greatness factories. If you want one in your city, reach out to me. I had the vision in 2017. Paid the money. Okay? Paid the money to have it. I'm now manifesting these things in 2021. So, everybody needs a coach in life. With a good coach, you're going to play at a much higher level. I'm Coach Michael Burt. Thank you for listening or watching Super Coach.